Rocker Pat here. Alright guys, it's another day in the jungle. And it's turned out to be a nice day in the jungle. We've been at this, well, we've had good weather for the last 3 or 4 days. So it's been nice here in Houston. Nice and warm, not too cold, not too hot. Anyway, it's giving me time to work on old Leroy. Leroy is back in the shop. And our engine fell apart. That's a Ford Chevrolet. I opened it up and oh man, that ain't looking good. So on to plan B. Good thing is we got this engine. So all kidding aside, I took the engine that was on the stand that I showed you last time and I got it cleaned up and it came out looking nice. We're gonna call this engine the crackhead because it's got a crack right below the head someplace down there. Let's see if we can see it. I don't think we're gonna be able to see it, but there's a crack in it down there. Y'all remember, y'all look it up. Y'all probably be able to find the video that showed this engine running on the floor and I showed the crack in it. So it may hold water, it may not hold water. I do know right now it's in the car. I know right now, truthfully, it won't hold water. I have to change the casting plugs. There's one over on that side that's rotted out, so all new casting plugs. But yeah, I'm super happy. I got the engine sitting in the chassis on mounts using the clamshell type mount with the headers on it. I had to cut the braces that go back up here. Anybody that has one of these cars knows you got to cut that brace and all that stuff down there to get the V8 to sit in there right. Cut all that. The headers, they are man, I took a crapshoot on the headers. They're like off a Camaro. Here, I'll show you the number. That's the Headman number, 68600. February the 3rd, 2018. If you need to contact them anymore, there's their address. Drop them a letter. They'd be probably happy to hear from you, or maybe this does something, who knows. Anyway, those headers, I had done a lot of research on online and on YouTube and everything about what headers might not fit, and I am happy to say that we clear the steering with no problem whatsoever. Like that, just stupid happy with that. Everything seems to fall in place where it needs to go. Another cool thing was, you can tell by the straps right there that I put this engine in with the headers on it. I didn't have to bolt those headers on after I put the engine in place. I used the headers to lift the engine, and I put the whole thing in there with the headers on it and had absolutely no problems whatsoever. But I did not have the transmission on it because I stuck that in from the bottom. I wanted to test and make sure I can get the transmission in and out of the car with it in the car, you know what I mean? So anyway, I got clearance on my water pump with my radiator. I moved the radiator this direction 3.5 to 4 inches, and it does clear the hood without any problems. I don't know what else, man. Let's go take a look up underneath it and see what else I've got done. I did 415 the whole frame and all that kind of stuff down through here before I stuck stuff together. And to prove it, there's my hands. It got away from me. Some days it happens. All right, let's take a look underneath it. Gonna take a second. I fooled y'all with the old engine, didn't I? That was just a mock-up engine, because it was already tied to the transmission.
I gotta take Jackie outside and get her a bath. I'm playing with this one right now. What do y'all think about that air cleaner? Yay or nay? I can't say that that engine's just perfectly sitting in there square, but as square as I care, hey look, that rhymes. Still got to take the front end apart, put the springs in. There's still a long list of still got us. But I'm happy to have at least this much done. One step closer to going for a ride. Alright, let's go take a look up underneath. Had to cut this open more for the radiator to slide back. Done a little bit of pour 15 up here in the front. Looks like a factory kind of setup going on. There's my engine mounts. Like I said, they fit just fine. No problems. I made a new fuel line and ran it from the back. Got the original that goes there. But yeah, got it. It'll get tacked right here to the side with the clip. And I'll barb the end so that I'll have just a short piece of hose going in between. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, one of the things that was kind of worrying me was the exhaust, and I want this exhaust to turn and go through that tunnel right there. And I may end up having to take those headers and maybe do a little pie cutting on them to get them to turn that corner a little better. But that's where I'm going to run the exhaust, is through this opening right here. It might be close to the floor pan, but I can put some heat shield over everything and then run the exhaust. You know, we're not racing a race car, but I don't want the exhaust coming down below here if I can help it. So yeah, like I said, steering clears beautifully. No problems there. Got plenty of room. Super happy with that. Bolt goes in and out, setting nice and square. Super happy with that. Got to get me a torque converter, a flex plate, and yeah, some other stuff. Starter. I got to keep digging. So one of the other things I've got to do is this bracket was from when Lee had this car, and that was the bracket he had for his transmission, and it's kind of like just needs a little bit more refining, let's just put it that way. But the transmission goes up the hole without a problem, and if my exhaust runs down through this opening right here with the mufflers and stuff, I should have plenty of room to drop that transmission anytime I need to. I hope, but I'm pretty sure it'll be all right one way or the other. But then I got the drive shaft out for the car, which is right there, and like the original transmission in this car, I'm 1 inch too long. Good thing is the yoke fits this transmission output, and this is a 700 R4, so the yoke fits that okay. And then all I got to do is just cut an inch off of it and put it back together and make it happy. So probably got a little bit of fine tweaking to do on this thing, but yeah, it's coming right along. Happy to have it at this location in the time frame that I got to work on it. So yeah, cool. I'm happy that the parts I bought for it actually fit it, because that's always a gamble. You spend $300 or $400 on a set of headers and they don't fit shit. Anybody been there? How many's done that? I want to see a raise of hands. So anyway, just an update on our 1954 Bel Air 2-door hardtop. Grinding it down back together. Some of my floor pans came out all right. Some of them, the fit could have been a little better, but it's all right. We're gonna be okay with it. Yeah, it's all right. Got a little patch to do right there. I'll get inside and try to fix that. If not, well then we'll spray something on it and hope for the best. It ain't gotta last your lifetime. It only needs to last my lifetime. All right, guys. I'm just rambling and rambling and rambling and rambling. Y'all keep grinding it down. Talk to y'all next time.